Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a big one for anyone in the podcasting world. Is RSS, the bedrock of podcasting for decades, finally on its way out? We've looked at your sources comparing it to the challenger, nostr.
Yeah, it's a fascinating question. RSS, really simple syndication. It sounds simple, and, well, it is. Fundamentally, it's just an XML file, like a text file sitting on a server somewhere.
Right, but how does that simple text file actually get, the audio to your player?
That's the enclosure tag.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly basic. It's just a URL, a web address pointing to where the MP3 file lives. Go here, get the file.
Okay, but that simplicity, isn't that also its weakness? Like, anyone can make a feed, sure, decentralized protocol.
Exactly. But because the protocol itself didn't handle identity, didn't handle discovery.
Well, someone had to.
And in step the giants. Apple, Spotify. They built the directories, the apps. So you end up with this paradox, right? Open protocol, but very centralized in practice. Precisely. And that creates problems. Dependency on that single URL means a single point of failure, a single point for, say, censorship.
And things like podcasting 2.0 trying to add features like value for value with that podcast.value tag.
It's kind of bolted on, isn't it? It's an add-on, not core to the architecture. And adoption, well, it struggles, especially with the big platforms whose models it sort of challenges.
So if RSS's weakness is this centralized dependency, nostr comes in promising something different. How does it fix that identity part?
Nostr is fundamentally different. Your identity is the protocol, basically. You get a cryptographic key pair that npub is your public face, the nsec is your private key.
Self-sovereign identity, you own it.
You own it. And every action, every post, every event is signed with your key. That guarantees integrity. No one can just kick you off or pretend to be you, assuming you protect that key.
Okay, identity solved, sounds good. But the audio file, if we ditch the single URL from the enclosure tag, where does the actual MP3 live now?
Right, so instead of location addressing, Nostr moves towards content addressing, often using protocols like Blossom.
Content addressing, so not where it is, but what it is.
Exactly. The file gets identified by its unique fingerprint, its SHA-256 hash. Think of it like a universal serial number for the content itself.
But hang on, if it uses something like Blossom servers, aren't we just trading one type of server for another? Is that really decentralized?
Ah, good question. The key difference is redundancy and choice.
Yeah.
Your Nostr app can ask any participating Blossom server or any Nostr relay that might have it, hey, do you have the file with this hash?
So if one server's down or censors it?
Your app just asks another one and another, using the exact same identifier, the hash. The file can live in many places simultaneously. It's inherently redundant.
Okay, that makes sense. And then monetization. You mentioned Zaps, NIP57. How's that different from the RSS v4v tag?
It's night and day, really. Zaps aren't just a transaction tacked on. They are part of the social fabric of Nostr. It's a specific event type, kind .9735.
What does that mean, kind 9735? In, plain English.
It means sending sats, sending value, is a public, signed, attributable social action. It's like posting a comment, but the comment is the value transfer. It's built-in, transparent.
Wow, okay. Technically, Nostr sounds, well, pretty advanced. Powerful, even.
It is. Architecturally, it addresses many of RSS's inherent limitations.
But then there's the real world. Adoption. RSS has decades of inertia, huge network effects. It's just there. It works, mostly.
And it's good enough for a lot of people, right? Which brings us to Nostr's biggest hurdle, user experience.
Yeah, that private key thing.
Yeah.
For you or me, maybe okay. But for the average listener, managing an nsec key.
It's a huge ask. You lose that key, you lose everything, your identity, your funds, your control. There's no forgot password button for your cryptographic keys.
That friction is massive compared to just downloading Spotify and hitting play.
Absolutely. That cognitive load, the fear of losing the key, it's a major barrier to mass adoption.
So, looking at the big picture, is RSS actually heading for retirement anytime soon?
Honestly, no, not in the near term. The user experience challenges for Nostr are significant, and let's be real, the big platforms aren't exactly going to welcome a protocol designed to disintermediate them.
Their whole business model relies on controlling that distribution and data.
Precisely. So the most likely scenario seems to be a long period of coexistence. RSS sticks around for the mainstream, while Nostr maybe carves out its niche, perhaps grows among more technical or privacy-focused users.
So for you listening, what's the takeaway? Nostr's future really depends on cracking that usability net. Can they make managing keys and relays seamless, almost invisible, without compromising the core principles?
That's the million-dollar question. But maybe, just maybe, the biggest impact of nostr won't be replacing RSS entirely.
What do you mean?
Maybe its greatest value is just existing. Being a credible working alternative puts pressure on the whole system. It shows there's another way, forcing the centralized players to perhaps be a little less controlling, a little more innovative. It keeps them honest, so to speak.
A check and balance, powered by code. Interesting thought to leave everyone with.